Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I'm Ollie Davis, and just to prepare you, I'm away until next Thursday. But don't worry, Wrestle Ramble's Luke Owen will be filling in for me, doing the daily WrestleTalk News episodes and reviewing Great Balls of Fire, Raw and SmackDown. When Bray Wyatt was traded to Raw in the Superstar Shakeup, many wondered if this would lead to a reunion with his estranged former Wyatt family follower Braun Strowman. Rather than reuniting on WWE TV though, the two went on a mandate to see Metallica on their worldwide tour. And because they're so humble and want to keep kayfabe alive and well, they posed for photos backstage with Avenged Sevenfold. Great to have Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman out at the Worldwide show tonight in Orlando. Don't let their looks fool you, sweetheart couple of guys. Because it was John Cena's birthday this week, aka the 4th of July, the ratings for Raw and SmackDown only came out yesterday. Raw managed an average of 2.8 million viewers, while SmackDown drew a 2.33 million. Impressive considering it fell on the 4th of July this year, statistically one of the worst days for television ratings. But far more important are your ratings, which awarded Raw a 64% core and SmackDown a 66% smacktastic, i.e. not a bad week for WWE TV. Randy Orton doesn't tweet that much, but when he does, it's from out of nowhere and to passively shoot on his fellow wrestlers. Following up on the ... dive debate he publicised last month, mocking a style of wrestling that's becoming increasingly prevalent in WWE, the Viper has now locked sights on the current Universal Champion and guy who busted him open hard way at last year's SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar. Parody account WWE Creative Humor, which is run by former WWE writers, recently tweeted about the levels of realism we can expect in the next WWE video game. WWE 2K18 is so realistic that you can only play as Brock Lesnar 5 times a year. Hashtag merch. A joke so funny, Orton felt the need to retweet it. Since the rebrand of the Divas division 2 years ago, WWE has been keen to force as many historical landmarks for their women as possible. Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair main evented Raw for the first time in 12 years. Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair were the first ever women to main event a pay-per-view. And Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair had the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match. There have been other firsts that didn't involve the Boss and the Queen, of course, like over at SmackDown, where the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match was won by James Ellsworth. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, we could be getting another first early next year. There has been at least talk of doing a women's Royal Rumble match in January. This will be yet another historic moment for WWE's women's division, who never get a chance to compete in the Royal Rumble match.
Well, that's not technically true, as women have competed in the Rumble itself. Remember when China was in the Royal Rumble?
Not now, Luke! Your time is next week, Monday to Wednesday. Meltzer also notes a tag team tournament similar to last year's Cruiserweight Classic has also been discussed. Have the results for this Sunday's Great Balls of Fire been leaked? And let myself and Luke explain why realism matters in WWE. Click the videos to the left to learn more, press subscribe and support WrestleTalk on Patreon. I've been Ollie Davis and that was wrestling.